I've got us a treat here at the quilting studio. Let's go ahead and get her started again. The quilt here is by Norm. He's very precise. He was an engineer in his earlier days. Now he likes to put together a lot of very precise and intricate quilts, making this for a Quilt of Valor with these stars. He told me how these stars were made. It was so interesting to talk about how you would line up the three pieces, and this would be one half of the block and this would be the other half of the block. So it's like a long rectangle, and then you would divide it end to end, causing this part to be now the wide section on this one and the blue part to be the skinny one on this section, and then connect them in a star. Isn't that interesting? Made such a fantastic star flag quilt. So again, making this for a friend, Quilt of Valor. Everything about the front of the quilt is patriotic, always honoring our service men and women who have put in their time for our country. Praise God, praise them. Backing fabric, he says, is like camo because this person served some time in the military in the jungle, possibly, I guess is kind of where he was headed with that. So I thought that was kind of an interesting little addition to put onto it. The stitching I'm putting on is called Stars and Loops. We talked about a variety of designs, but I'm going to tell you something. Because of where all of these stars come together, some of the points are very, very thick. And because of the thickness of them, in fact, you can see one right here. See how bubbly this little honey is right there? Because of the thickness of some of the areas where everything came together, some of my designs that are more intricate were going to be too much trouble, too much complication, too many opportunities for it to grab these thick areas right here. Can you see that that's bubbled up? And try to grab that and move it. So I said, let's go with this one. It's going to look great. You've got a lot of white area. It'll really show up when we stick that blue. He chose to do my Tidal Pool blue. Great color of blue right there. He chose that color. It's going to show up great in the white, I said, and it's not going to cause as much trouble with these larger areas, these bumble areas, because I'm able to maneuver it a little bit. Yes, it's work for me to do that, but it's not a whole lot of spaces, and it's worth the effort because I want every quilt to come out amazing. So I will actually go to the CAD screen and I will do some changing over here to maneuver a star a little bit so that it won't hit on one of those big bumps. So that is an option right there. Yes, it's always nice when you have really thick areas to divide and open and press these open. It doesn't always happen. Not every client or every quilt do they end up doing that with. And when I've got really thick areas like this on the back side, that's going to cause a very big bump. Well, that bump's going to cause an issue with the stitcher trying to go over it. So before he left, I ran my hand over the top of the quilt, decided that there were some areas. See, this one feels real nice here, but that is quite the bump. If the machine were to have a stitch right on that and have to head this direction or over here, it could grab the quilt and move it. We don't want that happening. Now, other than that, the quilt is very straight and very square. I'm going to show you right here. Look at how beautifully she cascades over the edge of the quilting bed. So see, she actually is extremely straight and square. And once she gets laid out, she looks amazing. The quilt looks amazing. And what else is wonderful is even these areas that are raised up a little bit that we can see here, still, once the stitching gets on it, it makes so much difference. I promise that his wonderful friend is not even going to know. He's going to love this quilt so much. It's hand created. It's very unique. It has so many beautiful designs and fabrics on it. And the design that I put on here is working lovely. His friend is going to think it's magnificent. So we don't even have to worry about any of that. Questions, thoughts, pop them down below. Let's start a conversation. Have you made a Quilt of Valor? Have you made one with this kind of a stitch? Very, very interesting. All right, have a great day. I got to move her on to the next section.